Now a couple of words about the coloring scheme used for the SABIO Viz. Currently we have the plasma coloring scheme. I can change the coloring scheme to something else here in the appearance section of the graphical user interface. Let me take the cool scheme that ranges from purple to lime. You can see that the coloring scheme has changed. I will also choose a separate special color for the null values, so not the zeros but the non-existent values in the database. This makes it sometimes easy to see what we want to see. Then, for example, if I sort my overview by temperature and add temperature to the list of the visible axis of the parallel coordinates, I can see that the red values are below the line here, and this line denotes the null values. Another thing to mention is that for example, parallel coordinates are now colored by their temperature attribute. So they are using this column of their overview for the coloring scheme. Similarly, we can see that the temperature dots are here red, and they're outside of the domain, the null dots, where the temperature is non-existent. And similar to this, we can also add to the axis in the kinetic parameter parallel coordinates temperature as a visible axis, and yeah, I can also switch the ordering. We can see that the temperature here is red and below the line, and similar to the this in the scatter plot matrix, I can also see that the values with the temperature, with the non-existent temperatures, are below the domain here. And need to be careful here if I, for example, choose to show the pH on the y-axis, then this gets a bit different. I can play a bit here, but if I show the temperature, then it's okay. And if I show the pH, I can of course choose to color the kinetic parameters graphs by the pH, and then the non-existent pH will be red. And so all of these graphs, parallel coordinates and scatter plots, use one attribute or key for coloring, and in overview the color scheme is always spread across the full attributes. So if I have a couple of values, I just have a couple of steps in this range. If I have one value, it's a single middle one. Two values are, or three values here are the end values, and the middle one, and in when I choose the attribute, the color scheme change accordingly. In my entry graphs, and if I am choosing pH and temperature, since they are also available for the kinetic parameter graphs, they also are set so in the kinetic parameter graph. Here I should add the pH to the kinetic parameters, and then pH values are red.